Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Faculty, family, staff, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2022, welcome this afternoon to our white coat ceremony. My name is Dana Zappetti, Dr. Dana Zappetti. I'm the Associate Dean of Student Affairs. I'm also a pulmonary and critical care physician here at the Medical Center. I oversee orientation, and it's really my pleasure to welcome our students. We've met already, luckily, and their family and friends. This journey to becoming a physician is a long one. It's a wonderful one, but we really do need the support of our family and friends. So thank you all for coming, both the folks in the room here and those watching us today, live streamed upstairs, and also people who will watch our video after today's event. So, I always say that we believe being a doctor is the best job in the world. There are very, very few professions where you get to measure your impact on people and their lives literally daily. This job gives you incredible perspective. It really teaches you what's important in life. And we are all a team, so we all put these white coats on. You walk around the medical center and you see not only doctors, but nurses and physical therapists, occupational therapists, physician assistants, all sorts of people who are part of our team. And the thing that brings our team all together is the care for our patients. We try hard to cure them, we try hard to treat them, and we certainly try to comfort them. So today, in this very public setting, about 25 years after these sort of ceremonies were invented, I'll say, we help you don your white coat for the first time, and it's really where we say, welcome to our team. Here at Weill Cornell, we say, welcome to our family. To the parents in the audience and the loved ones, we will take care of them, we promise. And we really welcome you today. We are very thankful to the Moss Foundation, who not only pay for the white coats that you will don today, but also have started the Dr. Paul Miskovitz Fund for stethoscopes, which you will get, as you know, today. So thank you very much, as always, for that support. And so finally, without any further, I'm very excited to introduce to you our Senior Associate Dean for Education, Dr. Barbara Hempstead. So Dr. Hempstead, as the Senior Associate Dean, she really runs all of the medical education here at Weill Cornell, so you're going to get to know her very well. She has a lot of different facets of running that position. And she is a graduate of Tufts University. She finished her MD and her PhD at WashU. And she's really been here her whole career. So she did her residency in internal medicine as well as her fellowship in hematology oncology here at the Medical Center. And she's functioned in many, many roles. So in addition to being a physician here, she was the chief of the division of hematology and oncology. She was our dean of faculty development. And now she's a senior associate dean for education. So thank you very much, Dr. Hempstead.
So thank you, Dr. Zappetti. It's really a pleasure to see you all here, filling this room with your bright faces and enthusiasm. I'm really thrilled to welcome both the students, the faculty, their families, everyone who helped get our wonderful students here. Today, we're really excited to celebrate transitions, the formal transition of you as a student into our family here at Weill Cornell. And let's not overlook this really symbolic act that we're going to undertake of helping you don your coats, because it's really a symbol as to how we, as your physicians and teachers, will help all of you on your journey to become really superb young physicians. I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce some of the faculty who will serve as coders in just a few minutes. You've already met with Dr. Zappetti. I think all the students know her well already from the last several days of orientation. And I'm going to be introducing Dr. Choi and Dr. Faris in just a few minutes. But let's first start with Dr. Peter Marzik. He's the Associate Dean of Curricular Affairs, a professor of psychiatry, and also the course director for the second year Health, Illness, and Disease course. And he's going to be teaching for all of the students your next course at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so be on time. Dr. Chuck Bardis is the Associate Dean of Admissions and a Professor of Clinical Medicine. Our curriculum has 3 themes, and he is one of the theme leaders for the physicianship area. And as Admission Dean, he knows all of you because he helped with Allison Smith and the other members of the admissions department choose you to come here to medical school. We also want to recognize Dr. Sibel Klimstra, our Associate Dean of Academic Affairs and a Professor of Clinical Psychiatry. She's going to get to know every one of the students very, very well because she's one of the individuals who helps you choose your career, undertake your match, and find your passion in terms of what type of physician you're really going to be. I'd then like to introduce Dr. Ollie Fine, who is our Associate Dean of Affiliations, and he helps to work with all of our affiliate hospitals, which provide our students with an amazingly wide array of training opportunities. He's a professor of clinical medicine and of clinical health care policy and research. Our next individual is Dr. Joe Safdie. He's Assistant Dean of the Clinical Curriculum and also the Lewis and Rochelle Rudin Foundation Educational Scholar and Associate Professor of Neurology. He's very, very involved in the curriculum. He teaches in many roles, including in the brain and behavior course and in the neurology clerkship, and you'll get to know him very well over the next 4 years. Dr. Richard Cohen is a Weill Cornell alum and a clinical professor of medicine. He's also one of our key liaisons to our alumni and has been a leader in the fundraising campaign focused on education. Dr. Lou Drusen is sitting right next to him. He's also a Weill Cornell alum and the professor of clinical medicine and healthcare policy and research and a past president of our alumni association. He's one of the most trusted advisors and mentors to our medical student and keeps in close contact with all of our alumni. Dr. Keith Lascalia is also sitting right here, Associate Professor of Clinical Medicine and one of our esteemed internists here at Weill Cornell. You'll get to know him actually very soon because he runs, as unit leader, one of our courses called the LEAP program, in which you'll be paired with physicians all over the Manhattan area. Dr. Joe Finns is another member here today, another Cornell alum, and he's the E. William Davis Professor of Medical Ethics and holds professorships in many departments, medicine, psychiatry, and medical ethics in neurology. Our students will have a chance to meet him and did actually this morning during leading the session on the Hippocratic Oath, which you'll all participate in a few minutes. Dr. Paul Miskovitz is another Weill Cornell alum and a past president of our Alumni Association, clinical professor of medicine, and it's in his name that the Stethoscope Fund was awarded. Dr. Astomi Matui is also here. He's a professor of anatomy. You're going to get to know Dr. Matui very well, starting on Monday, right? Okay. He teaches the foundational lessons in anatomy, and his generous knowledge is really treasured by our students. And finally, Dr. Carl Crawford is also in attendance. He's assistant professor of medicine at Weill Cornell, program director in the Division of Gastroenterology and Hepatology of the fellowship program, and a mentor to so many of our trainees in this field of study. Now, today we really are talking about a day about beginnings, and I urge you to start right now and keep not only the beginning but also the end in mind. Where will you be in 4+ years? For some of you, the plus is going to be a little bit more. As an MD, PhD, I know sometimes we don't know quite where that end is going to be, but you'll get there. You'll get there. I want you to think about what success looks like, okay? As a seasoned physician, you will be serving society by caring for patients, listening to them, comforting them, occasionally, and hopefully more than occasionally, curing them, but maintaining a positive work-life balance, being a friend, a partner, potentially a parent, being an innovator, particularly those of you who are going into new scientific worlds, understanding medical and designing new medical practices that impact patient care and population health. You as a class have tremendous promise, and we as a school are dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. So I'd like to turn now to our dean and introduce him. So Dr. Augustine Choi is the dean of Weill Cornell Medicine and provost for medical affairs at Cornell University. He came to New York City in 2013 from Harvard, where he was the Parker Francis Professor of Medicine and Chief of Pulmonary and Critical Care at the Brigham Hospital. He came to our institution here as the Chairman of Medicine and the Physician-in-Chief at New York Presbyterian Hospital. He received his medical degree from the University of Louisville and completed his residency at Duke University, followed by a fellowship in pulmonology and critical care at Hopkins. He served on the faculty and staff at Johns Hopkins, Yale, University of Pittsburgh, bringing all that expertise to us as Chief of Pulmonary Allergy and Critical Care Medicine. He's a distinguished physician scientist with expertise in the pathology and biology of lung diseases, the author of over 300 publications, 16 book chapters, and 70 reviews, a member of the American Society for Clinical Investigation and the Association of American Physicians. He's currently funded by multiple R01s and program project grants and is an innovator in all aspects of the academic mission. He has a tremendous commitment to the training of the next generation of healthcare and scientific leaders, having mentored more than 70 trainees and faculty members. And if that weren't enough, he's our esteemed dean and provost for medical affairs since 2017. Above and beyond this resume, he's a thoughtful man, a wise mentor, who has been highly involved in our educational mission, and it's really my pleasure to introduce him to you and to welcome you to Cornell. Didn't get that right.
Thank you, Dr. Hempstead, and good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, class of 2022. I'm honored to really welcome all of you to the 2018 White Coat Ceremonies at Weill Cornell Medicine, and to share the very special occasion with the new students, the family members, and friends. I have a pretty good sense of how many of you in the back feel today. Mary and I, have a son who's a physician, and another son who's in medical school. So I've been on the other side of the White Coat Ceremony not too far long ago, so it's just a momentous occasion for all of you. I know that this is a big milestone, both for our students, for the family members, loved ones, and friends who supported them along the way. Getting to this point is a big achievement. I'd like to congratulate all of you in earning a place in this fabulous class. You earned it, and so deserving. So congratulations again. You are here because of your DNA, which fuels your passion, compassion, and the utmost dedication to become the best doctor you can be, to heal your patients going forward. And since you'll be spending the next 4 years, or some of you 8 years together, I'll tell you a little bit about you and your classmates. The class of 2022 has an extraordinary diversity of cultural, racial, ethnic, academic backgrounds. 52% are women. We men always lose, we know that. 24% are from groups underrepresented in medicine. We're proud of that number. 10 students are Cornellians, graduates of Cornell University, upstate in Ithaca. And 10 of you have earned master's degree and 1 of you hold a PhD. The group has significant global ties with members born in 18 different countries. Now that's pretty impressive. 5 continents, I believe. And all of you collectively speak 29 languages. That's pretty impressive. Students have engaged in lengthy experience abroad, including working with the United Nations, Fogarty programs, to name a few. Two students are alumni of our Traveler Summers Research Program, a unique and pioneering program that Weill Cornell established 50 years ago to provide students, pre-med students from underrepresented population, exposure to clinical research, basic research, and importantly, in healthcare disparities research for 8 weeks on this campus. And two of you are products of that program. We're very proud of that. One of you graduated from the Tri-Institutional Gateway Program, which is a similar program. Practically all of you have significant experience in research, and some of you are Gates Millennium, Amgen, and Rotary Foundation Global Grant Scholars. In addition, artistic talent is another distinguishing feature of Class 2022. Chuck, I'm glad I didn't apply to this class. Our students play a range of instruments, ranging from the harp, steel pan, I had to Google that one to know what that is, and taiko drum, which I remember going to Disneyland, watching the wonderful taiko drums in the Japanese Expo Center. And the dancers who train in African, Latin, traditional Indian, and the traditional Chinese lion dancing styles. Among the many members of the class who have encouraged others to explore their own artistic interests is a student who co-founded a writing program in a clinic serving the homeless. Students have also worked as archaeologists, congressional interns, EMTs, members of the group dedicated to chocolate studies, among many other positions. Weill Cornell Medicine takes a great pride in diversity, great pride in its student body, which I've already told you today, and committed to fostering a culture of inclusion throughout the entire community, which includes individuals for underrepresented groups, immigrants, DACA recipients, and those who are LGBTQ. Our goal is to be a leader in diversity in academic medicine and to support all of our students, as well as our faculty, staff, trainees in reaching their full potential. I hope all of you will participate in our Diversity Week next April of 2019. An annual tradition here at Weill Cornell Medicine, Dr. Hampstead alluded to, is the camp experience, welcoming the new students. I apologize for the humidity and the heat in Ithaca area. I was there just last week, not during the same weekend. Thanks to the outstanding organizational and leadership skills of our current medical students, the class of 22 was able to get to know each other during a supervised wilderness weekend in the Ithaca area. I won't ask you any questions about that. Each year, this student initiative emphasizing collaboration and team spirit provides a warm and fitting introduction to Weill Cornell Medicine. On a personal note, I'm delighted to welcome each of you, class of 2022. We'll get to meet and speak in smaller groups, be it town hall meetings, our regular dinner meetings at our apartment. Mary and I are foodies, so sign up early. And even monthly breakfast meetings at your lounge, hot breakfast guaranteed. And I'm really looking forward to getting to all of you, how you got here and your journey and your path. Importantly, how we can mentor you to become the best physician and doctor you can be. Today is a very exciting day. You're receiving your white coats and joining a rich tradition of excellence at Weill Cornell Medicine that stretches back 120 years. We're actually celebrating our 120th birthday. Since we were founded in 1898, both women and men have studied under the most distinguished clinicians and scientists in their fields and have gone on to achieve great things. We are thrilled that you will be continuing this legacy of collaborations, initiative, and service that characterizes Weill Cornell Medicine. Welcome to our culture, and welcome to our family. We also know that you'll be stretched in different ways during your time here and will face a variety of challenges. Please remember the Dean's Office, the educational leadership, your teachers, your mentors, your administrative staff, and your peers are all here to support you. It's important to do well in your studies and on the floors, on the wards, but more importantly, you need to be healthy and maintain your well-being, and to develop habits of mindfulness and stress reduction that will carry you throughout your careers. Take advantage of the Weill resources available to you, and reach out if you need to talk, or just come by and chat. We're here all for you. Finally, as you progress in your studies, I encourage you to find a mentor who can help you develop your particular interest. A mentor serves as an important role models for students and physicians throughout their careers, and can also provide valuable guidance on maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Once a mentor, always a mentor is a beautiful credo we all like to claim. So congratulations again, class of 2022, and best of luck as you embark on this new phase of your lives, and see you very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dean Choi. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you our white coat speaker for this year, Dr. Laura Faris. Dr. Faris is the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of New York Presbyterian, and this includes New York Presbyterian Hospital, New York Presbyterian Regional Hospital Network. You're going to have to make sure I don't forget anything here. New York Presbyterian Physician Services, New York Presbyterian Population and Community Health. She joined the hospital system in 2003 as Vice President for Medical Affairs, and since then has had roles as Chief Medical Officer, Senior Group Vice President, and Chief Operating Officer for NYP Weill Cornell, NYP Westchester, and NYP Lower Manhattan. Dr. Faris is a key figure in academic medicine. At New York Presbyterian, she's responsible for implementing a patient-centered strategic vision and culture across the enterprise. She's chairperson of the National Institute of Health Clinical Center Hospital Board. Last year, she was named among the top 25 COOs in the country by Modern Healthcare. Prior to joining New York Presbyterian, Dr. Faris spent 4 years as vice chair in Columbia's Department of Orthopedic Surgery. A pediatric orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Faris has been a Columbia faculty member since 1993 and retains her appointment as the Associate Clinical Professor of Orthopedic Surgery. She graduated summa cum laude and Phi Beta Kappa from Princeton University and AOA from Columbia University, College of Physicians and Surgeons. She also holds a master's in public health from the Mailman School at Columbia. It's really my pleasure to introduce Dr. Laura Faris to deliver the white coats.
Thank you, Dr. Hempstead. Thank you, Dr. Zeppetti, Dr. Choi, for the privilege of speaking to this class today. And good afternoon, everyone. So it's my pleasure to be here to welcome you on behalf of all of New York Presbyterian. Now, clearly you're members of this fine medical school, but starting right now, you're also members of the New York Presbyterian family. So 35 years ago, I was sitting in a chair much like yours across town. My white coat ceremony went something like this. Go to the bookstore, buy a white coat, put it on. And part of what I think is just so wonderful about this type of ceremony, which was only invented 25 years ago, is that you get to celebrate this symbolism. So it was Dr. Arnold Gold who we credit for coming up with the first white coat ceremony 25 years ago. I had the privilege of knowing Dr. Gold, and I think like everybody in medicine, I've thought, why didn't I come up with that idea? It's so simple, yet so powerful. And that's really what the white coat is. As you heard Dr. Choi say, it's a symbol. So I want to stay on that theme of simplicity today and speak to you about 3 simple principles that I think will help you, I hope will help you as you start on this journey. And all of you who are parents in this audience, I believe, are going to laugh when you hear exactly what I'm recommending, because I suspect, like me, you've been talking about these simple principles to your sons and daughters since they were very young. So 3 simple principles here: gratitude, resilience, and respect. So let me start with gratitude. So first, I just love that there is this kind of ceremony where you all have people who are here with you today. I hope one of the things that you're going to do today, all of you in this class starting out, is thank those people who came today to be with you, and all of those people who helped you get to this place today. I know there were a lot of them. There are going to be a lot of people who help you get through medical school. Be sure to thank them. It's good principle to thank your professors and your doctors who are going to help you get through, but don't forget about your fellow students, because medicine is perhaps the ultimate team sport. You're going to need them. And everybody already laughed a minute ago about anatomy lab and what you're about to embark on. It's traditional for everyone who goes through an anatomy class to stop and thank those people who gave up their lives so that we could learn, right? Think about that, in giving up their bodies, I should say. But don't forget about all of those patients who are still alive that you'll have an opportunity to thank. You're going to be there when a woman gives birth to her first child. And you're going to be there when someone gets this devastating diagnosis. And you're going to be in the room when someone passes from this life. Incredibly intimate. And just how privileged are we to share in that? Think about what you're going to learn from all of that. In a way, this is that incredible honor and privilege that we have as physicians that few others ever can experience. So I ask you to always take a minute and appreciate those around you who are helping you become the best physician that you can be. Gratitude. Now, my second principle is resilience. And you heard a little bit about this a few minutes ago from Dr. Choi. Medicine and medical school are hard work. You know that already. You're going to be tested, and I don't mean on exams, but you're going to have those too. I mean, well, just think about the patients I was just talking about. You're going to experience some very challenging things with them. It's going to be a lot of hard work. Think about the knowledge that you're going to be acquiring in this very short period of time. You know, if you let this experience overwhelm you, you will lose so much, because it will be overwhelming if you let it. And I suspect that you will be tempted at times to give up things that you need. So sleep, exercise, healthy eating. I also suspect you'll be tempted to give up things that you love. Your hobbies, time with your friends, time with your family. Don't do that. You need some balance here, and you will be a better doctor for that. But it will take resilience. And I suggest if things get you down, maybe I should say when they get you down, that you return to why you decided to enter medicine in the first place. And maybe return to my first principle. Because it turns out that being grateful actually makes you more resilient. Gratitude, resilience. Now, my last principle, respect. So as soon as you put on those white coats, you all have to know that people are going to think you're doctors. And they're going to start asking you for medical advice, maybe as soon as the reception when we get over there. Don't do it. You don't actually know any medicine yet. But there is a way that you can make a difference in that white coat starting right now. You can be a role model for everyone around you. And you can start by immediately modeling a culture of respect. And what do I mean by that, a culture of respect? Well, it's just what it sounds like. I mean treating everyone with respect. Treating everyone as a valuable human being. So here, I'm going to go back and talk for a minute about Dr. Arnold Gold. Now, he embodied that culture of respect. He was someone that I got to watch from the time that I was a medical student. He was a pediatric neurologist, but everybody could see this. You just had to watch him with his patients, or with their parents, or indeed with any member of his team. He made everyone feel as though they mattered. And at New York Presbyterian, along here with Weill Cornell, we always try to embody this credo. It's a very simple document. It speaks in simple language. It spells out what we mean by a culture of respect. It states things that we will do, like believe the best of each other. Things that we won't do, like tolerate abusive language or behaviors. And it states what we believe in, that every person and every role matters. So I ask for your respect for every patient that you will encounter, and of course for all your professors. But in addition to every doctor, I ask for your respect of every nurse, every therapist, every pharmacist, every housekeeper, every person who serves the food, every person who maintains our facilities. I could go on, but you take the point, and that's because each of them has a role to play in the care that we're delivering. And when I say that every role counts, what I'm really asking is for you to notice every one of those people on your team. I want you to appreciate them. I want you to thank them. There's that gratitude again. People look up to doctors. So your words and your actions, they mean so much. Now, I think we all understand this concept of the white coat and what it means. You now have that white coat. And in this day and age, even here in America, when some of our leaders are actively sowing seeds of disrespect, you in that white coat can be a role model of respect. So I think that having that white coat on is going to feel a little funny to all of you. That's normal. You'll get used to it. You're about to enter into what is a magical profession, I still feel that so many decades in. And as I think about what you're going to be doing with your careers, it's amazing. It's fair to say that the medicine that you are going to practice is very sophisticated. Just think about what's going to happen in terms of technology, artificial intelligence, the diseases that we're going to be able to cure that today are deadly. Today we can't even imagine some of this. So yes, what you're going to experience, what you're going to learn, what you're going to practice is definitely more sophisticated than anything that I've been through. But I submit to you that the principles of how to be a good doctor, dare I say, how to be a good human being, go back to some very simple concepts: gratitude, resilience, and respect. So congratulations to the class of 2022. I can't wait to see what you will achieve. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dr. Faris. And I'd like to invite Dr. Augustine Choi to the podium. He's going to be reading the Hippocratic Oath. And for all the students, this is the very same oath that you will be taking 4 years or more from now when you graduate in Carnegie Hall. So listen to the words carefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hempstead. Thank you, Dr. Faris. So in our profession, it's an ancient custom that no one may be admitted into the ranks of physicians who has not first expressly accepted its responsibility as set forth in an oath. At Weill Cornell, as in many other medical colleges, we can use an oath that bears the name of Hippocrates. In the 2,000 years since its creation, the Hippocratic Oath has been revised many times to reflect changes in the practice of medicine while remaining faithful to its fundamental values. About 10 years ago, a committee of students and faculty at Weill Cornell met to revise the Hippocratic Oath, which is administered at commencement ceremonies. The revised oath was first taken at commencement of the class of 2005 and has been used ever since. This morning, you, students, had the chance to explore the history and meaning of the oath with Dr. Joe Finns. You will not take the oath until you graduate. On this day, however, when you don your white coats for the first time as medical students, I will read it so all can hear. As you listen to the oath, I ask you to reflect upon its meaning as you start your course of study here at Weill Cornell and through all of your years as physicians. So the Weill Cornell Medical College Hippocratic Oath. I do solemnly vow to that which I value and hold most dear, that I will honor the profession of medicine, be just and generous to its members, and help sustain them in the service to humanity. That just as I have learned from those who preceded me, so will I instruct those who follow me in the science and the art of medicine. That I will recognize the limits of my knowledge and pursue lifelong learning to better care for the sick and to prevent illness. That I will seek the counsel of others when they are more expert, so as to fulfill my obligation to those who have entrusted to my care. That I will not withdraw from my patients in time of need. That I will lead my life and practice my art with integrity and honor, using my power wisely. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of my patients that is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep in confidence. That into whatever house I shall enter, it shall be for the good of the sick. That I will maintain this sacred trust, holding myself far aloof from wrong, from corrupting, from the tempting of others to vice. That above all else, I will serve the highest interest of my patients through the practice of my science and my art. That I will be an advocate for patients in need and strive for justice in the care of the sick. I turn now to my calling, promising to preserve its finest traditions with the reward of a long experience in the joy of healing. I make this vow freely and upon my honor. I'm thrilled to welcome you into Weill Cornell Medical College family as students and as our physicians of the future. Thank you.
So we've spent a lot of time talking about white coats. Now I'd like to ask Dr. Chuck Bardis, Associate Dean of Admissions, to come to the podium. He's going to be reading the name of the students who will come to the front of the auditorium and our faculty who will help the students don their white coats and then receive their stethoscopes.
So in a moment, I'll ask the newly named medical students to come forward to receive their white coats and also their stethoscopes. The white coats will be given them and actually put on them by distinguished faculty, and then we'll ask 4 of our second-year medical students to give them their stethoscopes. And these are Maya Feldman, Benjamin Jackson, Max Moore, and Tatiana Requijo. First, I'll ask Drs. Choi, Hempstead, Cohen, and Faris to come forward, please. And we'll be inviting students to come forward in groups of 4. First, Olawatobi M. Aladesaru, Daniel Alfonso, Stephanie Azupardi, Evan Balmuth. Elora Basu, Sebastian Badagain, Shema Busayayud, Kirsten Bredvik. Kayla Broughton, Frederica Book, Pamela Kapayan, Jeremy Chang. Abhinama Chatterjee, Darren Chen, Dora Young Chen, Hannah Chen. Manisha Chitanvis, Brianna Christophers, Adrian Claremont, Anna Cornelius Schechter. Samantha Cronin, Philippe D'Andrea, Pauline Donnoyer, Andrew Duong. And with thanks to our faculty, I'll ask the second faculty group please to come forward. Doctors Drusen, Fine, Finns, and Crawford. Osamede Anubakare, Idil Eroglu, Khalid Fahum, Rhea Fogla. William Ford, Kate Fruitman, Tyler Garman, Radhika Golsakar. Nathaniel Goldblatt, Yende Grell, Lily Gu, Sergio Guadix. Amber Hamilton, Catherine Hahn, Gregory Hahn, Sarah Hunnif. Evan Honig, Wasif Islam, Xiong Jiang, Neil Kelly. Hejin Kim, Julie Kim, Sean Kim, Julia Klein. David Cullen, Alexander Koo, Hannah Krinsky, John Kwan. And with thanks to the faculty, I'll ask our third group to come forward, Doctors Klimstra, Lascalia, Marzuk, and Safdie. Emily Lang, Nahome Vicioso, Justin Lee, Jessica Liu. Marcos Wang, Danny Luan, Jez Marston, Susana Martinez Diaz. Brooks Martino, Paige McMahon, Rhiannon Christine Miller, Jaime Montemayor. Fatima Natalia Morales, Priyanka Narayan, Koi Nguyen, Esioso Ogajie. Karen O, Anthony Palillo, Sabrina Penn, Yushen Penn. Nicola Pereira, Meredith Polly, Ananth Punyala, Anjana Rajan. Sam Rashkovich, Elizabeth Resnick, Rachel Rosengard, David Rosenthal. And I'll ask our final group of coders to come forward once again, Doctors Choi, Miskevitz, Matui, and Zepetti. Milan Sandhu, Charles-Etienne Sauvé, Carrie Shaw, Sushin Shah. Ariel Shalev, Navita Sharma, Daniel Shin, Amber Simmons. Suniti Singh, Cheyenne Smith, Zachary Smith, Carolyn Stewart. Michael Zeng, Nicholas Vernice, Victoria Van Salken, Paul Walker. Anson Wang, Robert Wozniak, Jimmy Xia, Shohan Ying. James Yoder, Jonathan Yu, George Zacusilo, Lisa Zhang. Alice Zhao, Andrew Zhu. The class of 22.